Well, first of all, the one that stood out to me the most was A.J. Green. Mike Evans should have been ejected for his hit on Lattimore against New Orleans. He had no business doing that. But A.J. Green, who I love, he was wrong. I mean, it was entirely excessive. Jalen Ramsey was all in his face or whatever, and yeah, he pushed him a little bit, but at the same time, to sit up there and wrap him around the neck, put a chokehold on them, like GSP George St. Pierre did Saturday night.
By the way,
and it was big time win by his part. Congratulations to him. He's sensational. But the deal is that A.J. Green should not have overreacted like that. I don't think he was just him overreacting because Jalen Ramsey was annoying him or what have you. I think he overreacted because the Cincinnati Bengals stink, because their coach should be fired, because he has no business being the head coach there anymore in his 15th season and still hasn't won a damn playoff game. And A.J. Green, A.J. Green, that's right, A.J. Green, who is a stud as a receiver and their leading receiver, knows that they're having a subpar year, that they're en route to another season where they're not going to get anything done, and the frustration has reached the boiling point. Andy Dalton ain't that great. You got the 30th ranked rushing attack. You're the only receiver worth mentioning. Your defense stinks. Your coach stinks even more. And it's just too much for him to take.
Well, the Browns
he overreacted, and that's what happened.
Right.
That's what happened. A.J. Green was wrong. He should have been ejected, which he was. He should be suspended for the next game because that was excessive for him to do what he did against Jalen Ramsey.
I agree with that. And by the way, the last thing the NFL needs right now, you talk about concussions and CTE and the opioid epidemic, and those controversies are coming big time. I think those are actually the two biggest problems they face. Then we talk about domestic violence and all these kind of things, anthem protests. There's so much the NFL is dealing with. It's a credit to the strength of their business that they're still as big as they are dealing with all that, but it's hurting the NFL. Now the way the college game is going, which is amazing this year, none of that makes the NFL look good. The last thing they need is fights like this. I'm not talking about just fights. It's a full contact sport, lots of adrenaline. Guys get into it chest to chest. Sometimes a fight breaks out. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about cheap shots. The story to me about the weekend was not fights. Fights will happen from time to time. It's all right to get it out of their system, shake hands later, But cheap shots. What is this about? It's not only is it wrong, but it's a bad look. You're jawing at each other. Something happens like the Evans play. All of a sudden, a guy comes out of left field and hits someone from behind. That is bad. It's going to turn people off, and no one's going to sit there and defend it. I just said a fight is okay every now and then, but that's not okay. There's a difference.